Hi, welcome along to DR Transfers. Good to have you back in the building, mate. Even though I know you're under a lot of pain today.
Quite a lot. It's heavy hand, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought I'd, get my arm around it, Alex, you know, because I know.
Go on, why am I in pain?
Mane's gone, isn't it?
Do you know what? You should be doing that to James Redmond.
Mane. Yeah, James Redmond.
He was upset last night.
He?
He said it was his favourite ever Liverpool player in the Klopp era.
Yeah, Mane.
He's gone.
He's gone. He's joined Bayern Munich. It is official. Mane is a Bayern Munich player. And, you know, I heard this question asked the other day on the radio, and I was like, actually, I'm not even going to comment on it. Let me get your view. Is he a Liverpool legend?
Oh, why is that even a question?
Exactly, that's what I thought. I was like,
don't even tell you what radio station you were listening
you know which radio station it was on. But I couldn't even believe how that's a question. I mean,
that is a
he's won everything for Liverpool, hasn't he?
Apart from the Europa League. But yeah, actually, he wasn't even there at Liverpool when we were in that. So yeah, 6 trophies, 6 seasons. 120 goals for Liverpool, Rob. Not one of them was a penalty. And if you actually look back at the highlights of his goals, I mean, this guy, right foot, left foot, headers, overheads. There was nothing he could do.
And the type of guy as well that, you know, could dig you out of a hole, get you goals when you're not always on it. You know what I mean? He's one of those sort of players like, give me the ball, I'll let something happen.
And guess what, Rob? Off the pitch as well. You know,
very nice
in
guy.
His village back home, he pays each family an amount a month. He
built a hospital,
computers. He pays them like £70 a week or something to every. I mean, listen,
he's
men
built a hotel.
Built
a hospital, built a school. It's absolutely amazing what he's done. Fantastic.
Water, everything.
He's one of those players that even as an opposition fan, you can't not like him. He's a great player, and he's going to be sorely missed. And he's gone. But you got your Darwin Núñez.
You know what? I wasn't in pain until you. I think I am in pain now after your hand's been there. But until he holds that shirt up, which is going to be soon, I can't fathom that he's left, because without Liverpool there is no money. But we move on. We've got Darwin Núñez. Get in there.
Well, as Fuad said, let's wait and see if he can.
Don't worry about what Fuad said about it. Let's see what Tottenham.
Let's see if they can live up to, well, listen, talking of Tottenham and talking of players that I know you love, Richarlison of Everton, linked heavily to Tottenham and Chelsea.
How?
Everton said to want around about £50 million for the 25-year-old. Which club would he be better suited to? Chelsea or
the
Tottenham?
Championship, if I'm honest. That's where he belongs.
You're just bitter because he's a blue.
Yes, of course. I don't like him because I'm a Liverpool fan. But this guy scored 5 league goals. I don't know. You ask us in the comments, is that enough to warrant
his
£50
goals,
million
he was injured, wasn't he, at the start of the season? And then his goals were the things that he dug them out of our, if it weren't for him, they would have went down.
He thinks of himself as very high quality.
But
I don't think he's there, Rob.
Brazilian
I'm
international.
I'm going to disagree with you.
When Neymar doesn't play, he plays.
He's not there at that level. When Neymar so Jesus plays ahead of him for Brazil. Lucas Paqueta, Firmino, all these guys play
but he still plays. He plays.
Everton.
He's in the
There's
team.
A player called Everton that plays ahead of him.
No. Richarlison is a big part of that squad.
I'm going to have to disagree with you.
Where would he be better suited?
I mean, Tottenham or Chelsea. If he goes to Tottenham, he's not playing games. If he goes to Chelsea, he's not starting. 50 mil for a sub. I mean,
well, you say he's not starting. I mean, on Chelsea, of course, it's looking like Lukaku is going to be going. You know, I mean, he's on his way back on loan to Inter Milan. This is ridiculous, isn't it? You pay nearly £100 million for a player, and then you loan him back. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in football. I mean, you were talking about the Pogba one last week. What's going on? I mean,
between them two, in terms of the worst business transactions we've seen, where you put X on the table and only a year he's gone back for 10 mil.
What's up with Lukaku?
Ludicrous.
What's up with Lukaku? That's now the second big club that he's moved to in the Premier League, and he's flopped.
Do you know what? To play devil's advocate, his goal record in international and club football for his age, phenomenal. He matches, and I know you won't like this, he matches up, or he's on course to overtake the likes of Thierry, because his numbers are that good. And Thierry's even put his arm around him for Belgium, because he coaches at Belgium. And I'm sure he's been giving him some tips, because he's on fire for Belgium. But put him in the Premier League. I mean, I know he played well at West Brom and Everton, but put him in a really big club at Chelsea or United, and it's almost as if he wears jeans and Timberlands when he's on the pitch.
When he's on his way back to Inter Milan. This one really interests me to see as well. Raheem Sterling going to Chelsea.
That is interesting.
From Manchester City. City are looking for around about £60 million for him. Of course, he's only got a year left on his deal. They made a bid, I think, of around about 20 million for him, which was turned down by Man City. There's no way they're going to accept that.
That's an insult, isn't it? You know what? Again,
last year of his contract, but Raheem Sterling, is this a mistake by City to let him go? I know they bought in Haaland, they bought in Alvarez.
We keep forgetting about this Alvarez guy, by the way. But no, listen.
Grealish last year, he hardly gets a game.
If Sterling leaves, then he'll definitely be an asset to whatever club he goes to. And I think
at Chelsea, is he a fit for Chelsea?
I would say no. And if he comes into the club, there's no way that Timo Werner stays at the club. I mean, Chelsea.
Well, remember Lukaku's going to be going.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe Werner gets pushed more into the middle.
Well, maybe sell
or
Werner
maybe Richarlison.
Or Richarlison. I mean, surely there's other players out there that Chelsea are looking at rather than these two. Kind of, Prem rejects almost. No, I'm joking. Listen, Sterling, since he's left Liverpool, unbelievable. I think he's won 4 leagues, 5 leagues. There was actually some chat on Twitter last night from Liverpool fans. Would you have him back? The resounding answer was no. But no, I wouldn't have him back. I think he's past his prime now. But if he goes to Chelsea, he'll be on big money there.
And I think that'd be a good move for Chelsea. What made me laugh yesterday is I saw a headline where it said he's asking his friends. This is weird.
Silly season, isn't it?
He's asking his friends, this Raheem Sterling, what's it like in West London? And I'm like, no, he grew up in Northwest London, which is like literally next door to West London. It is kind of West London.
It is, yeah.
Why would he be asking him friends what West London's like? What a ridiculous... To live.
Or like Chiswick and them sides there.
What a ridiculous headline. I think he'd be living somewhere even nicer than that with the sort of money that he'd be on. But he could be on his way to Chelsea. On Chelsea... one of their players, Armando Borja, who's actually on loan last season at Southampton, started his loan on fire at Southampton, kind of tailed off towards the end of the season. But we've been told that West Ham are going to make an offer of around about £30 million. Borja's still 20 years of age.
20, wow, man.
Chelsea were looking to bring him back into the team and take a look at him. But £30 million, that's a lot of money. And they said to be willing to sell. Southampton, who many thought would come back in for him, haven't.
The fact that they haven't shows me that they either know something about his injuries that he's had this season, which have curtailed his season really, or they just don't like his attitude. It's one of the two, because otherwise you put the money down and
maybe they just don't think he's good enough.
Well, that could be it as well.
Because he tailed off.
Strikers.
They do need a striker. £30 million for Borja. That's a lot of money.
Too bad,
No.
I think it's worth the gamble. Again, West Ham fans, Nicky, let us know. But for a 20-year-old to have shown that he can do it for 6 months in the Prem, that's around about the.
I liked him. He did look a handful, but we have to interested to see how he gets on. And Man United closing in apparently on the signing of Brazilian winger Antony from Ajax. Another, literally Ten Hag trying to get every Ajax player to come over with him. He's trying to get Jurriën Timber. That hasn't quite worked out. But Antony, good player. Good
player. I saw a few United fans talking about him as if he is definitely going there, which actually surprised me. Again, because of the Ajax link. You look at United, they almost... Well, you look at Ajax, really, they lost De Ligt. After that Champions League semi-season, they lost De Ligt, De Jong and Van der Beek. And that tells me that he's trying to get the band back together now. He's going to give Donny van der Beek a call and say, listen, your mate Antony, just get back out of Everton. It's rubbish there.
Well, they are bringing him back. And also, the other player that they're trying to get away from Ajax is Lisandro Martinez, which also is another player that Arsenal are actually after. Arsenal apparently bid for Lisandro Martinez. And it looks like it's a straight shootout between United and Arsenal. There have been reports that Lisandro Martinez wants to join Arsenal, but then he played for Ten Hag. So maybe he might want to go and join Ten Hag.
Do you know what? I have to give a big shout out here to Arsenal. And it's not often that I do this, but When the transfer window closes, we'll look at it and assess it all and ask. I'm sure we'll do a video who's had the best window. But Arsenal, close to Raphinha, close to Jesus, close to Vieira.
Close. But not
Mate,
close.
I'm telling you,
For me,
Rob,
close don't mean they've been signed.
Sure, let's see them hold the shirt up. But I have to say, if Arsenal get that across the line,
if they can pull someone else, yeah, that'd be great. I mean, impressive. Raphinha is the one that there was a lot of talk about yesterday, that Arsenal put or close to getting a deal done for Raphinha. That came out of Brazil. We know that Barcelona is his preferred destination. That's where he really, really wants to go. But Barcelona, a bit short on the old money at the moment.
No dinero, senor.
Yeah, they can't even, at the moment, Barcelona, they can't even register guys like Frank Kessie, who they've already brought in. Although, if they do say, for instance, sell De Jong, who Manchester United are desperate to sign, and they sell De Jong to Manchester United, would that then free up a certain amount of funds for them to get that done? I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see.
Nice business, Rob.
Yeah,
Arsenal,
and of course, there's the Gabriel Jesus one, which again, a lot of people are saying is close to getting done for Arsenal, but we'll have to wait and see. Christian Eriksen, where is he going to go now? It looks like he's already sort of said to Brentford that, thank you very much for giving me a chance and everything, but I want to go and play in the Champions League or want to play at a higher level. Manchester United said to be the club really, really interested in him, but Eriksen apparently has rejected a move, according to The Guardian, for joining Ten Hag at Manchester United. Yeah. Tottenham have been apparently interested, but they've not made any concrete offer.
If they wanted him, they would have got him by now.
Yeah.
Here's a shout, though. Again, when Eriksen joins a club, you're looking for him to form a really good relationship with the striker. He did that at Brentford with Tony. Again, Wolves fans, let us know. Could he end up at Wolves? And could he get Raul Jimenez backfiring as well?
He said Wolves.
Maybe, yeah, but listen, if he's not going to go to United...
Minimum playing in Europe for a guy like Christian Eriksen, you know what I mean? Otherwise, you may as well stay at Brentford.
Could you go to a West Ham?
West Ham would
go to a Europa League team.
West Ham would be a good shout. I'm surprised Man United are not interested in him.
I don't think he's the future, though, is he?
Sorry, I'm surprised that he's not interested in going to Man United. He wouldn't be the future, but I would have thought that'd be a good move for him.
Yeah, but all you have to do as a pro is look around that club at the minute. It's in a massive rebuild stage. Do you want to go and be another Juan Mata? Where you kind of see out your career and play your last games there? I think he's still a bit better than United, if I'm honest.
I could see him at United. I think that'd be a good move for him, and I think it'd be a good move for United as well. But
West Ham, Wolves, and United, didn't they finish in a 3 at the end of the season, all on top of each other? So there's that shows you the levels, really.
Yeah, but you come on. I know you're the United hate, but they are a bigger club than.
Of course, they're a bigger club. Of course, they are. But if you're looking at the future,
what about Leeds United? Just spoke about Raphinha. Also under threat, there's Calvin Phillips. I know you said last week you don't rate him, but those rumours still...
I got pelters for that. But then there were
you deserve to get pelters because I rate him. He's a quality player. And you don't think so?
It's funny, people in the comments are going, "Oh, Alex is spot on for once." So there was people that agreed with me. People were,
I rate him, and I rate him, Calvin Phillips. I know... All right, you know what? Is the last couple of games he played for England, the mistakes he made and that. But remember, this is a guy that he's had an injury hit season.
So why is he playing in these meaningless games for England?
Yeah, I think he'll be better.
He needs to get fit.
And the fact that Manchester City, you know what they're like. Pep doesn't look at players like this if he doesn't rate him. It'd be a great move for him. Can Leeds afford to lose Raphinha and Calvin Phillips all in the same season? Leeds also said to be interested in a move for Tyler Adams from RB Leipzig.
Good play,
he is a quality player, American international, of course. And we know that the manager, Jesse Marsh, is, of course, American as well. And the Red Bull link as well. Chelsea, we know that Chelsea, I mean, this is going to be under the radar, the fact that, they need defenders. I mean, they've lost Christensen. There's another guy who's not been able to register yet for Barcelona. They've lost Rudiger. Still after Jules Kounde from Sevilla.
This, again, has been dragged on now for about 18 months. We were linked with Kounde last season. I think Newcastle have been in for him as well. 55 million. I mean, it's a lot to spend on a centre-back. Or is it, in this day and age? But they desperately need big centre-backs to come in. Rudiger holding up the Madrid shirt yesterday. You know, it's at this stage, it's going to be Marcos Alonso and Azpilicueta at centre-back next season for Chelsea. It's not looking good.
Nottingham Forest making this first signing, Taiwo Awoniyi.
From Liverpool.
Said to be on their way from Union Berlin.
We sold him to Union Berlin.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, he started off at
£17.5 million. That's a forward.
Do you know what? I'm happy for him, though, because he never really got a chance at Liverpool. I think he might have played a couple of cup games. He's gone to Germany. This is what I respect about young players from this country. They go away, as opposed to maybe 20 years ago when you wouldn't. They go away, earn their stripes, and then they get their big move back to the Prem. 17 million, Rob. That's probably the same price as an Ox or a Minamino as well right now. So he's got a lot of pressure.
Where's Minamino going to end up?
Anyone who wants to take him. 17.5 million. I think Leeds have been linked, Lazio have been linked, Southampton have been linked. Obviously, they had him on loan. And I do think a Prem team should take him. Listen, top goal scorer in the League Cup and the FA Cup for Liverpool last season. Gets 10 goals, and his goal involvement is about 1 every 100 minutes. So a good team should take him. I think I was chatting to Laurie the other day. He said he'd have him at Arsenal.
Minamino? Nah, because I wouldn't. Where would he play?
Well, he probably wouldn't start if you're buying Raphinha and all these guys. But
I think actually Leeds United would be a good move for a player like Minamino.
Yeah.
Again, the RB
could
connection and
again,
stuff like
the RB,
that. Yeah. So you never know. That could be a good move. Or somewhere like Southampton or.
I was going to say Villa, but they've got too many now.
Villa, you know, I heard a rumour.
Bailey, man, where was he at?
Well, he's been totally injured. The whole season. They played a couple of games, and they spent a lot of money on him. And then I'm seeing rumours as well today linking John McGinn with a move away. I can't believe that they'd actually be willing to sell John McGinn. But I saw those rumours. Yeah, John McGinn.
Willing to listen to offers.
They're willing to listen to offers for John McGinn, and he's a quality player, 27 years old, so he's not like he's into his 30s or something. That would surprise me. And Trezeguet, their Egyptian player, looks like he's going to be joining Turkish side Trabzonspor for $3 million.
Say that again?
Trabzonspor. How do you pronounce it?
Trabzonspor. Actually, do you know what? I think, didn't Kevin...
My pronunciation sounds a bit better.
What was his name?
Any Turkish person out there?
Ex-Arsenal striker.
Kevin Campbell.
He played for them.
Yeah. Trabzonspor.
I'm not great with Turkish. We'll have to get Turkish into
We'll ask Turkish, man. He'll make a mug of us when he does all of those.
He'll clip us up, trust me.
And Man United linked, apparently had a £55 million offer for Brazilian striker Evanilson, rejected by Porto. Porto lost quite a few players recently.
Portuguese league in general has lost a lot of players.
Don't you think, I look on it and it's so unfair on some of these clubs, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Is it unfair or is that how their business model is, though?
Is this the unfairness of football where when you look on it in comparison to American sports where they can
draft
players and keep those players? I mean, Ajax, for instance, they've won the league last season, right? They've lost their manager, Ten Hag.
He's gone.
Right? They're going to lose
Antony. They lost Van der Beek, De Ligt, De Jong.
Yeah, they're going to... There's Lisandro Martinez. The Man United were trying to get Jurriën Timber. You know, just a whole host of players that play for them just on their way out.
But don't you think this is the business model of teams like Ajax who have a great academy? You build the players up and you try and get the most money that you can.
Yeah, but
like
Benfica,
Porto and Sporting Lisbon all do that really well.
Yeah, and Porto, and they all do it brilliantly.
They make so much money, these clubs.
But what if they kept hold of those players?
We'll never know.
They could be winning the Champions League.
Easily.
You know,
Look at the players that have come from these teams. Try and put an 11 together of the best players to come out of those three teams in the last 20 years. You're looking at one of the best teams in Europe.
I think I saw the other day that Monaco, I think Sidibe's left, right? Yeah. So he's the last one of that amazing team they had with Mbappe and
Fabinho,
Bernardo Silva, Fabinho.
Who else did they?
You know, what was the guy that we nearly bought and he went to Atletico Madrid?
What was that Chelsea midfielder? Bukayo. He's now at AC Milan. He was there.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah. They literally lost their whole. Well, now it's all gone. Everybody in that team's gone. It's unbelievable.
It is sad. It
is a bit sad. And Porto got a great team. They're losing all their players. I mean, what do you guys think?
Strikers Porto have had, by the way.
Love to hear from you guys. I think if it is unfair that, you have these teams and they just year in, year out just lose their best players. Dortmund have now
They
lost
reinvest
Haaland.
the money well, though, Rob. You have to say. Teams like Dortmund, as soon as they get that money in for Haaland, they've bought a new striker straight away.
Yeah. Anyway, those are the transfer rumours. Don't forget you can follow all of the rumours here by subscribing here to DR Sports. Check out Alex, of course, on the COP TV for all your Liverpool updates as well. Don't forget to like this video, and we will see you on the next one. Transfer business starting to hot up as teams try to get players in before their pre-seasons.